So in this video, we're going to talk about how we find websites to use for inspiration. Now, this is probably the most important piece of the puzzle. So here it goes. So in this example, we're looking for moving companies that are probably funded or they're startup type. So I would usually just type in TechCrunch moving company. If they're mentioned on TechCrunch, they're probably a well-funded startup. And well-funded startups, they are able to hire very, very good designers. They're able to do a lot of A/B testing. They have very, very solid call to actions and all of these things that work. So it's in our best interest to take a look at what they're doing and see the things that we can probably implement in our own websites. So just from this search, we can see there's a moving app, Dolly, there's Unpack, there's Bellhops, there's Lug. So there's all these companies that are well funded, and we can look at them and look at their sites and get some ideas. So definitely do that. Another way to find some startups, if you look at some of these moving companies and you're not really inspired by any of them, you can then go through Y Combinator. So this is the list of companies that have gone through Y Combinator, which is one of the most famous startup incubators. And sometimes I would scroll through and look at some of their designs, and you can get some ideas that way as well. And even if they're not in the same industry, it doesn't make that much of a difference, because the layout and the customer hurdles and the psychology and the colors and the call to actions, there's certain things that are standard almost no matter what you're selling. So you'll get some good ideas from scrolling through these companies. Another thing you can do is go on Angel lists and go through some startups that were recently funded. These guys are gonna be spending a lot of money on A/B testing and complicated heat maps and all those things that end up increasing the chances that a visitor to their website would actually make a purchase, and we can get some ideas from some of the things that they are doing as well. One of those companies that I really like, I mentioned these guys before, is Plated, and you would see some of the things that they do. I'll just scroll through their website very, very quickly, and you can look out to include some of these elements in your sites as you're creating your brief and as you're looking for your final product. So we start with a top image, which is, it has to be very, very appealing and give people an idea of what you're selling on your website. And in the super short, we know that Plated delivers everything you need to create chef design recipes, making it simpler and more fun to cook at home. So they give both the actual product, what it is, and they also give the benefits, the plus, the feel-good thing that you're going to get from their product. So it's not just product, it's also the benefit as well. In addition, they have a call to action above the fold. So as soon as you get there, you know what to do to get started. You just click this and you go. I really like red call to actions and orange call to actions because they have been shown to marginally increase your conversion rates. So if it works within my designs, you'll see a lot of my call to actions are going to be red or orange over like more greens or blues. So after the top section, we kind of go into what it's about, like how it works or what to do, or something that tells people in very, very simple terms, usually with some simple attractive icons and 2 or 3 lines of text that makes it very, very, very clear what we do right away. Then as you scroll down, you see some appealing images, things that connect the visitor to your product or your service, and is very visually appealing. Here's a little bit more of that. You know, it's very cool. People don't have to guess. As you go further down in the next panel, they tell you exactly what's in the box, what to expect from your product or your service, and it's just perfect and well laid out and clean. And you also see that they use a lot of visuals. There's not that much text. There's no long 5 paragraphs. Very short text, like 4 lines the most. More images. So we're very visual creatures, and sites that use visuals in a really good way really will increase their chances of making that conversion. And just a few more things that create emotion. We're talking about weekends and date nights, and you show wine and you show people hanging out and spending time together. So it's not just here is the food, but they're really creating a psychological feeling around their product that brings you in and extends beyond just here is some raw meat, slap it on the stove. No, it's about creating an experience, and I think they did this really well. And these are some things that you can incorporate into your design briefs, and also things that you can look for as you're appraising the designs that you get. I personally would have preferred if they showed the people's faces, because we really like to include faces for people to connect with on websites. So, and then you know, near the end, they include another call to action. Matter of fact, you'll see multiple call to actions as you scroll through the website. So I really like to use this as an example because I think it's very well done. It's very clean, intuitive, and solid call to actions throughout, and there is no ambiguity at all with what you're going to be getting. So I hope this helps, and in our next video I'm going to talk a little bit more about how to manage your contests as it gets going. So I'll see you guys in a few short minutes.